Well, what will we call it? Red alert. Integrity Commission desperate to sink Andrew and save Marky G. Chainman Mark Golding is no worthy political rival for Andrew Holness. The chainman and his chain gang, both inside party workers and moles in different areas of our Jamaican society, seem to believe that unlawful, underhanded, and treasonous tactics to manipulate can be justified in politics. It takes a criminal mind to stoop so low. But then, you know Mark Golding, if even by his own words and deeds, let's talk about their latest multifaceted broadside on Andrew Holness. We have never seen this before. A PNP whose only hope is to destroy the reputation of a JLP party leader. They cannot win the election unless they tear down Andrew Holness, and they will think to do this by all means necessary. I smiled at the idea because of how I see it all backfiring big time. Mark Golding lives in a glass house, and time soon come for him to realize. Hello, my people. Skywalker here again. I come with news about the danger of a dying serpent that you must be careful not to get in the way of the whip of its tail. For if you are not careful, that desperate do or die last move will completely change the game. The PNP needs to change the game and control the rhetoric before the official beginning of their political campaign. So far, everything they try is turning around the opposite way, with the JLP literally being invisible in places that it matters and not fully connected to the people on the ground. The PNP believe they can, with propaganda, change the rhetoric. It is hard to convince intelligent people with propaganda because the facts are easy to come by. We are not living in caveman time. However, for whatever the stake, they will use intelligent or influential people to convince those that look up to them. And this is happening across Jamaica on a very wide scale. Some people are going to support the PNP and they are not trying to find the truth. They only want a rhetoric to carry, which they will keep repeating until it seems true, and they will use their influences and carry others with them. That's how the PNP is working, and the JLP must take notes. This is how history repeats itself, and it is how people who read about historical Judases condemn them, declare they could never be such traitors had they been in that time, and then go and do the same as the Judases. Subconsciously, they know the truth is against them, so they refuse to find it in order to tell themselves that they acted in ignorance. In these cases, more times than not, ignorance is a choice. Ignorance is a choice. So, therefore, you cannot escape whatever judgment you bring on yourself. This is a new world order coming. Freedom is important. What are you fighting for? The PNP is finding people on the ground to help them find more careless Ethiopians on the ground. That's where the JLP is demonstrating extraordinary weakness as we speak. This particular election has no precedents. The fool in this case will be the one who knows everything, and the wise will be the one who knows nothing. If you can make that make sense, then you can solve a puzzle. You don't need conventional means. You need solutions that work. Over the last few days, after the last futile attempt on muddying the integrity of Dr. Andrew Holness, after the last lies were told and the last lack of integrity exposed in the Integrity Commission, they followed up with a legion of vloggers on the internet. But the same useless ones that don't make a good point anyway. See, they wanted to attack and then defend against the response, but they have no good defense and no truth to attack with. Their attempt turned to crap once more, and all it turned up was useless and unlawful allegations. Their ratings sink every time they stand up and speak their propaganda. It was their propaganda against Andrew Holness that got me interested in politics to support Andrew Holness. It is counterproductive. It is always counterproductive. Their integrity is sinking fast. After lies, how are we going to trust the Integrity Commission? Who will believe a word from the mouth of Mark Golding, the author of the book of the lie? Because he lies so much. As things stand, the PNP is going to ever be free falling, watching the JLP rise from strength to strength. If they sit around and do nothing, the Marky G chain gang will fail. If they tell the truth, the Marky G chain gang will fail because truth is not in their favor. Their best maneuver in their ward minds is to go broke at the backs of moles in the IC. These moles will give up all their integrities, even to the point of being obvious, like Pantan and his crew, while hoping that it would be enough to change the game. This time, as usual, they just made up lies and then tweaked the story as they went on to try and make it seem less ridiculous. But that was all to no good effect. They even made up stories about a building being in breach when it was perfectly on legitimate grounds and Andrew owning assets that he does not own. Regular lying stuff. They are going for broke because they see no victory in sight. It's like saying, damned if we do and damned if we don't. So let's hurt somebody while being damned then. The thing about it is that they will only hurt themselves. In other words, these last moves will end up proving Andrew Holness as innocent and making him sparkle like a diamond. After the next few months, when the dust clears, the wheat will separate from the tears, and maybe Mark, the chain man, can say farewell to his chain gang and fly back to his birthplace in London. They called down a legion of propaganda bloggers to pipe the new propaganda about Andrew Holness. But guess what? As usual, bird that flies too fast flies past their nest. What they expected to find and spread was not what was there. So they had to cook up the most unintelligent story that will reek of lies and incompetence to the people as soon as their vloggers get tired of piping a weak note. It is the PNP and the PNP molds in the IC and in public bodies across Jamaica that will topple the PNP. Mark my words. More and more people will begin to find favor with Andrew Holness in the next few days because of some stupid character in the IC, and it will be opposed to their expected result. My people, everything the corrupted IC is doing right now will backfire. The effect will be to promote the Prime Minister to an even higher stature. This will be made worse where the arrogant IC will never apologize to those they wrongfully hurt, and that in itself will not sit well with the populace. Those that go on witch hunts are going to find that the people know they are dirty witches. Yeah, those that go on witch hunts will find that the people know that they are dirty witches. The people are finding out. The people know about the compromise I see. It is interesting and funny all at the same time. The chain gang is fidgeting around to figure out how to use their lies to nullify the truth. That will simply not work. Mark Golding is trapped for time. What will his chain man do when the pressure comes to him, my people? Hmm? What will this chain man do when the pressure comes to him? Pressure bust pipe. At some point, people won't be distracted and will want to know about his renunciation. Did he renounce that British citizenship? Well, he better not, because he will need it, since he was the one that claims to be of the highest of integrity, although he has fintech monies and although he wrote the book of He Lies. What if unquestionable evidence about his own lies come to challenge him in the face? What if unquestionable evidence about his own lies come to challenge him in the face? His chain gang has to try and frame Andrew telling lies. But what if people did not have to lie about him to expose him? What if the truth about him was damning enough? Like he might have committed a dastardly act or two. I would say what goes around comes around, and proof of the evil done could be in the pudding. Suppose someone is coming back at Marky G, flinging back stones. The chain man who lives in a glass house started it, and his puppet chain gang go overboard. Marky G is the one in the glass house. Moreover, what if the proof comes about where Mark Golding was born? Like London, for example. But how was he staying in Jamaica? That part would have to be a lack of integrity and a criminal act. This white man who sleeps in his glass house throws stones at people. Now he is so desperate that his house servants are going as far as practically jeopardizing their careers for him, knowing that time soon come for him to face the music, and Marky G can't even dance reggae. If you look to tackle rough, you will be really tackled. Such is life. Because truth hurts and lies expose the liar. Go away with propaganda, because the evil that you do will come back to you. Because those that live in glass houses should never throw stones. Think on these things, my people. Peace out.